Dear students, let us continue our learning the core system software and compilers. This is the 10th session of the module 3. The topics which are covered under this session are from the chapter text syntax analysis, the topic bottom up parsing. Under that one we will study reductions, handle pruning, shift reduce parsing and the conflicts during the shift reduce parsing. Myself, Dr. Suresh Adi from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering of Kendra Engineering College, Bantwal, Mangalore. In the last class, we have completed top-down parsing. Now let us start with the bottom-up parsing. Bottom-up parsing. So there are three different parsing techniques as we have studied earlier. One will be your universal parsing. Next one is the top-down parsing, and the last one is the bottom-up parsing. The bottom-up parsing is a mechanism in which we start from the leaves I told, and we start from the leaves, that is from the bottom of the tree, and we keep on parsing till we get the start symbol. So that is from leaves to the root we will parse. So earlier in the top-down parsing it was the reverse, that is we start from the root and we parse till we reach the leaves. The bottom-up parsing is the reverse of it. That is, we start from the leaves, that is the bottom of the tree, and we work towards the root, that is our top. That is our start symbol. So start symbol will be our root, and the leaves are our input. That is, we start from the leaves and we work towards the top over there. And the class of grammars which are used in the bottom-up parsing, we call them as the LR grammars over there. So wherein the L stands for the scanning from left to right, scanning from the left to right, and R stands for the apply the rightmost derivation over there. So now let us see the process of the bottom-up parsing, how it will work out. Right? So suppose let us take the grammar E derives E plus T or the T, E derives E plus T or the T, and T derives T star F or the F, T star F or the F, and the F derives open parenthesis E and the close parenthesis or the ID. So now one thing you need to remember, for the bottom up parsing, no need to remove the left recursion or the left factoring. Right? So we can directly consider the grammar with the left recursion over there. So that won't create any problem in the bottom up parsing. But it was a problem in the top down parsing. For the top down parsing, the grammar should be freed from the left recursion and it should be left factored. But for the bottom up parsing, that the constraint is not there. We can have a grammar with the left recursion. The only thing which was needed in the bottom up parsing is it should be free from the ambiguity. The grammar is to be free from the ambiguity. That is the only requirement in the bottom up parsing. No need to eliminate the left recursion or to do the left factoring in the bottom up parse. It is not needed. Now let us take the input what is given in the textbook, that is ID star ID. What happens is the first ID. So now it will, whenever it matches with the body of the production, we replace with the root of the production. Earlier what we used to do, whenever we find the root of the production, we used to replace the body of the production. Now it is the reverse. The ID is replaced with the F. Then next F is replaced with the T. F is replaced with the T. Then we will stop because the next one is a star over there. That star will be continued as it is. Again ID. ID is replaced with the F. Now we find a handle that is a T star F. Whenever we find the T star F, we'll replace with the T. Again next one. So now that T is replaced with the E. Now T star F is replaced with the T, then T is replaced with the E. That is, now this is our start symbol. We started with our input, that is ID star ID, and we are able to get our start symbol. Then we say that the grammar is accepted. Our input is accepted. Input follows the our grammar rules. Input is accepted. This is how the bottom up parsing works over there. Now let us take one more example. Let the example be ID star open parenthesis ID plus ID. Now let us look how this will work. So suppose this is my input. Let us look how this will work. So this is our grammar. So this is our grammar. So how it will start to work? First ID. So whenever we find the ID, ID is replaced with its root symbol over there. What is the root symbol for the ID? Root symbol for the ID is F. So ID is replaced with the F. Again, F is again a body of the production. It is replaced with the T. F is replaced with the T. So next what we have the parenthesis over there. We won't replace any parenthesis, just parenthesis over there. Then next will be the next will be this parenthesis. So let me write to this level. Then the next one is again it is a ID over there. So now what all we have seen? ID is again. Sorry, we missed. Next symbol is the star. Then the next symbol is the star. We won't replace anything for the star. So T will be retained as it is. Star will be retained as it is. Then the next one is again it is ID. Again it is not ID. It is the open parenthesis. And the next one is the open parenthesis that we will retain it as it is. That open parenthesis will be retained as it is. Then the next one is the next symbol is your ID. So ID. ID is replaced with the F. ID is replaced with the F. F is replaced with the T over there. Then next, what is the next operator over there? The plus. Now the plus, for the plus what we need on the left side, that is E. That is a T is replaced with the E. T is replaced with the E. Now one question you may ask, fine, what is that one? So here we have not replaced the T with the E. Look here. T is supposed to be replaced with the E over there. But here we are replacing T with the E. This happened because of the look ahead symbol. We look at the next symbol over there. So what is the next symbol? In this case, it was star. So where we have the star, after the T we have the star. So we are not replacing with the E. Now in this case, if you look, the next symbol is a plus. Now we'll search the plus over here. Here we have the plus. What is the left of the plus? We have the E over there. So that's why we replace the T with the E over there. Fine. This is because of the look ahead symbol. That's what we told. One symbol of look ahead. Depending on the next symbol, we will make the decision. Depending on the next symbol, we make the decision over there. That's why we are making the decision to stop for the ID with the T, because the next symbol is star. But here ID is not stopped on the T. It is replaced with the E because the next symbol is a plus over there. Then the next symbol is a plus as it is. We will retain the plus as it is. Then the next symbol is again ID. So now ID, it is replaced with the ID, replaced with the F. Then the F is replaced with the T over there. F is replaced with the T. Now we found E plus T. Now we found the E plus T. So now that E plus T is to be replaced with the E. So E plus T is replaced with the E. E plus T is replaced with the E. Then the next one, what is the next symbol over there? The next symbol is a close parenthesis. Close parenthesis. Now for the close parenthesis, so this is your closing. So this is our opening parenthesis. Now all three things together. So if I put all three things together, so what I have the F over there. So I will take the F. So all three things, what are all three things over there? It is a open parenthesis, E and the close parenthesis. So this is matching over here. I will replace with the F. Now I got a T star F. Now I got the T star F. Where is the T star F? That will be the T. That is This is a T derives a T star and the F. Now that will be replaced with the T. That will be replaced with the T. Then next T will be replaced with the E. T will be replaced with the E. That is, we started from our input string. Our input string was a ID star open parenthesis ID plus ID and a close parenthesis, and we are able to get our start symbol. If this is the case, then our input is accepted, or else it is not accepted or the rejected over there. So here the next now for the replacement for the next thing, that is our body of the production, we make the decision based on the next input symbol over there. If depending on the next input symbol, we will make the replacement over there. This is how your bottom up parsing works. That is, we start from our input symbol and we keep on working towards the getting the start symbol over there. If you are able to get our start symbol, then we say that our input is accepted, or else the input will be rejected over there. Okay? So this is how the tree is constructed. So now we are able to construct the bottom up parse tree for the token in the textbook, that is ID star ID over there. Okay? So now let us go for how the reductions are applied. How the reduction are applied. It is very important. The reduction are applied one at a time. If you remember, while explaining, I told we are able to apply the reduction one at a time. That is, a bottom up parsing is a process of reducing the string W to the start symbol of the grammar. We start from our string W. W is our input string, the place from where we start, and we keep on working up. That is, we keep on replacing that with the head of the production. So one at a time. At each reduction step, a specific substring matching the body of the production is replaced by the non-terminal at the head of the productions. The key decisions during the bottom-up parsing are about when to reduce and about what production to apply. That is very important. So that is what production to apply and when to reduce. Let us take the example. If my input is a T star F1 case, and the other case is just T. So now if you look over here, the first symbol is symbol. Whether I should replace this T with the E, that is, as per the grammar, E derives T. So whether I should go for replacing it, or I should replace T with the T star F. Fine. So now even that we have the production T star F over there. So look over here, T star F. Now whether I should replace this T with the E, or I should move forward and I should get T star F and I should reduce the T star F with the T. That is the main thing over here. That is a crucial point. That is what production to apply, when to produce, and about what production to apply. The main decision will happen depending on the next symbol. So next to this one is a star. So we don't have a production with a star in the E over there. For the E, we have the production E derives E plus T or the T. So now if I reduce that T to the E, I can't go for the next symbol star over there. That's why we will delay that production and we go for the next symbol over there. That is a T star F. Once we get that T star F to T, then this T is reduced to E. Fine. That is the main crucial point. That is the key decision will be on when to reduce and about what production to apply over there. That is very important. Right? So that's what the major decision in the reduction step. At each reduction step, this is the key decision which is to be taken over there. Right? So now, how this will happen actually? How this will happen? Right? So as I told, this will be your LR set of grammars. LR stands for scanning from left to right. It is from scanning from left to right and apply the rightmost derivation. This L stands for scanning from left to right and apply the rightmost derivation over there. Fine. So now if I go with this one, so we start from the E only. We will start from the E. Then next E derives T. T derives T star F. Now that F derives F among the T and the F, when I go for the rightmost derivation, F will be taken. This F will be replaced with the ID, that is a T star ID and later this again t is replaced with the f. It will be f star id. Then this f is replaced with the id, that is id star id. So here the LR class of grammars work on this principle, that is we go scan from left to right and apply the rightmost derivation, where in the top down parsing we call them as the LL set of grammars. LL set of grammars wherein we scan from left to right and apply the leftmost derivation. Here it is the LR set of grammars, that is we scan from left to right but apply the rightmost derivation. That is reduction is the reverse of the step of the derivation. That is a non-terminal in the sentential form is replaced by the body of the production, one of its production. The goal of the bottom-up parsing is therefore to construct a derivation in reverse. That is, this derivation is the fact of the rightmost derivation. That is, apply scan from left to right and apply the rightmost derivation. Fine. How that reduction happens? That is the question. That will be your nothing but your handle pruning. That is identifying the handle. Identifying the handle. That is your handle pruning. How that actual reduction happens. How that actual reduction happens. Right? So now let us take the example. So first will be the id star id. So handle is nothing but, let us rewrite the grammar. The grammar is your e derives e plus t, e derives e plus t or the t, e plus t or the t. Then t derives t star f, t derives t star f or the ef. Then f derives open parenthesis expression and the close parenthesis or the id. Fine. So now assume. So now this is our input. Now this is our input. First id star id. First the handle will be the id over there. Always we try to find the longest match. Remember, we try to find the longest match over there. So now the first case will be our id over here. This is our id. So whenever we search the body of the production, whether it is matching, yes, it is matching id. That id is the production, f derives id. Now this id is replaced with the f. Now this id is replaced with the f over there. Again, next one is the star, no match. Then next one is the id again. Again, id, what we have a t star f. F is replaced with the t. That is a t star id. Next is our id again. So id is a matched with the f again. Now it is a t star id is replaced with the f. Now it is t star f. So again t star f is again it is in handle. What is that handle? T derives t star f. That t star f is replaced with the t. Now that again e derives t is in handle. So now t is replaced with the e over there. So that is we start from the input and we are able to get our star symbol. That is nothing but your handle pruning. So handle is nothing but a substring that matches the body of the production. Once we match the body of the production, then our next step is to go for reducing. Then our next step is to reducing. That is the bottom up parsing, reduce, bottom up parsing during the left to right scan of the input construct a rightmost derivation in reverse. Rightmost derivation in the reverse. Informally, that is an handle is a substring that matches the body of the production. Once that matching happens, then whose reduction represents the one step along the reverse of the rightmost derivation. One step along the reverse of the rightmost derivation. Now let us go for the our input id star open parenthesis id plus id. So now what happens? So first, so this is our right sentential form. This is our right sentential form. Now let us look how it will work. First, id is a handle. So handle is our id. What is that production over there? It is f derives id. The production is f derives id. So it is f derives id. So identifying the handle is very important. This is our handle now. So that is f derives id is the handle. Now this id is replaced with the f over there. Again, now what is the handle? F. F is here. So F. Now what is our handle? The handle is T derives F. The identifying the handle is very important. T derives F. So now this F, the rest of the things you have to write as it is. So now it is a T. T star. It is ID plus ID and the O close parenthesis. What is the next handle? Next handle is again we have the E derives T. E derives T. But if I go for replacing that E, I can't reduce that star. That's why the next handle is our ID. Next handle is our ID. ID will be replaced with again F derives ID. F derives ID. That is this F. I am this ID I am going to reduce to F. What is that next handle over there? F. Next handle is a F. That is T derives F. T derives F. So now this will be T. So rest will be written as it is. Rest of the contents are written as it is. Then the next one is again T is a handle. T is a handle. But the production over there, the next symbol is a plus. So that's why I am reducing this handle. E derives T. So E derives T. Now this T is replaced with the E over there. Fine. Then the next symbol is plus. It is not an handle. Then next one is the ID. ID is reused. So which ID? The third ID. This one. It is the third ID. This one. So that is if I write here, so I will get it as a T star open parenthesis E plus ID and the close parenthesis. Now ID. So what is the handle over there? F derives ID. It is F derives ID over there. So now this ID is replaced with the F. Now what is the next handle? F. So F is the handle for T derives F. So T derives F. So next we got in place of F I got the T. So now if I go for writing it, so this will be your T star open parenthesis E plus T. So now I got one more handle, that is that one E plus T. So now that E plus T is a handle. E plus T is a handle. What is that production over there? Root is E derives E plus T. E derives E plus T. E derives E plus T. So now this E plus T is replaced with the E. So now what we have? E T star. That is E over there. Now again we got one more handle, that is open parenthesis E and the close parenthesis. So that is our next handle, that is open parenthesis E and the close parenthesis. What was the production? T F derives open parenthesis E and the close parenthesis. So now this will be T star F. So again T star F is a handle. T star F is a handle. The handle is a T star F. What was that production? T derives T star F. So now this will be replaced with a T. Now the handle is a T. What was the production? E derives T. E derives T. So now what we got? Now we got E over here. Now we got the E over here. Fine. So now let us go for the applying the rightmost derivation in the reverse. Let me go for applying the rightmost derivation in the reverse. How this will work? How this will work? First will be how this will work. You can look on. First will be our E. Fine. So for the E, the production is a T. Then for the T, the production is a T star F. The production is a T star F. among the T star F, we should take the rightmost symbol. What is the rightmost symbol? I have T star F. I have the T star F. I should take the rightmost symbol. Among T star F, the rightmost symbol is a F. So this we have to replace. This we have to replace. So this I will replace with the open parenthesis E and the close parenthesis. Fine. So now for the E, it is a E derives a E plus. Now I have the T star open parenthesis E close. So now for the E, it is a rightmost symbol is E. So now this will be E derives E plus T. Now the rightmost symbol is a T. So now for the T, it is F. For the F, it is ID. Fine. Next will be the plus terminal as it is. Next, it is one is a rightmost symbol is E. E derives T. T derives F. F derives ID. Fine. So next T. T derives F. F derives ID. That is your shift reduce parsing. Sorry, your bottom up parsing. Bottom up parsing is a rightmost derivation in reverse. It is rightmost derivation in reverse. You can see this one. Fine. So I applied the rightmost derivation, but in the reverse order. Rightmost derivation in the reverse will be your handle pruning. That is identifying the handle. That is we are applying the rightmost derivation. The reduction is applied. That is rightmost derivation in the reverse we have applied. That is a rightmost derivation. That is the reverse of the rightmost derivation. That is your reducing. That is one step will be the reverse of the rightmost derivation. Reverse of the rightmost derivation. The most crucial point in the bottom parsing is the identification of the handle and decide when to reduce and with what production I should take. With what production I should take. That is, if I have the string S derives alpha A W and have a rightmost derivation as alpha beta W. Now the meaning is A derives beta over there. The production is A derives beta. That is now the handle is A derives beta. For the beta I should replace with the A. That is the handle. That is the handle over there. That is handle of the rightmost derivation, right sentential form gamma is the production A derives gamma over. Right? Then the position of gamma where the string W may be found. That is beta. Beta may be found. That is now this is my handle. That is A derives. So beta is my handle. There I will go for substituting. There I will go for substituting. That is your rightmost derivation in the reverse. That is your it is nothing but your right sentential form in the rightmost derivation of the gamma we are applying over here. Right? So this will be regarding the handle. That is a rightmost derivation in the reverse can be obtained by the handle pruning. That is replacing. Handle pruning is nothing but identifying the handle and replacing over there. Identifying the handle and replacing the thing. Right? So now you can see that is how this will be generated. First we go for constructing the sentence from S to W by applying the rightmost derivation. But when you go for the parsing over there, you start from W and you get the S. You start from the W and you will get the S over there. That is your right sentential form. Right sentential form. So this will be regarding your handle pruning. This will be regarding your handle pruning. Identify. It is a main step. This is the main step in the case of the your bottom up parsing. Identifying the handle. If you are able to do that one, then the rest will be simple. So how to do this one? First you go for the applying the rightmost derivation. If my input is ID plus ID, if my input is ID, let us take it as ID star ID. Fine. How this will happen? Or ID plus ID, let us take the example for your ID plus ID. ID star ID, any of they are given in the textbook. Let us go with the ID plus ID. So the question appears, how we will apply the thing. Fine. So first construct this input starting from the S. S is our start symbol, that is E. So E derives. First one is E derives, I have the plus. So the production is E derives E plus T. Always you take the right sentential form. Always you take the rightmost derivation. So now what I have the E plus T over here. So now for the E plus T, it will be for the T. that is rightmost symbol is T. For that one you apply. So T derives F. Next for the F you apply it as a F derives ID. That is E plus ID. U E plus ID. Right. Then next. So now what is the rightmost symbol? Then the rightmost symbol is E now. For the E you apply now. That is E derives T. T plus ID. Next for the T derives F. That is F plus ID. F plus ID. Now for the F you apply it as a ID plus ID. For the F you apply it as a ID plus ID. So all these things I applied the rightmost derivation. In all these things I applied the rightmost derivation, that is my right sentential form. So I apply the rightmost derivation. Fine. So now how that handle pruning happens. How that handle pruning happens, just look over here. Fine. So first your handle how that handle is taken. First you have to start from the ID plus ID. It is in the reverse we need to take, that is ID plus ID. Go with one step previous. What is that one step previous? The first ID is replaced with the F. So this is my handle. The handle is F derives ID. The handle is ID. The handle is ID. So the production step is F derives ID. F derives ID. That is, this ID will be replaced with the F. That is, I have the F plus ID over here. F plus ID. Fine. Again, what is the previous step? What is the previous step? F derives. That is nothing but F is replaced with the T. Now the handle is F. Now the handle is F. So now the production is T derives F. T derives F. So now for the T derives F, this F is replaced with the T over here. What is the next handle? T is replaced with the E over here. The next handle is here, the handle is a T, it is a E derives T. It is E derives T. Fine. So now this T is replaced with the E. Fine. So I have IE plus ID now. Fine. What is the next step of it? E is as it is, and now this E ID is replaced with the F. ID is replaced with the F. That is, the handle is ID. So now the handle is F derives ID. F derives ID. That is, in place of ID, I will put the F over here. That is E plus F. So what is the next step of it? F will be replaced with the T. That is, now the handle is F. F is production is T derives F. So now I get the T over here. So what is that one? E plus T will be replaced with the E. Now the handle is E plus T. Now the handle is E plus T. E plus T. So now the production is E derives E plus T. E derives E plus T. E derives E plus T. So now this will be replaced with the E. So now we have started with the input and we are able to get our starts. Right? So this is how that handle pruning works. Replacing one step at a time. That is the reverse of the rightmost derivation. Reverse of the rightmost derivation we will apply and we will get our start symbol. Right? So this will be regarding your handle pruning. This will be regarding the handle pruning over there. Fine. I hope it is clear. So in this session, in the shift reduce parsing, even though I told that we will do the shift reduce parsing because of the video length, let us reduce, we will stop here, and the shift reduce parsing and the next topic we will do it in the next video. Fine. So now in this video, so we started with the bottom up parsing. We started with the bottom up parsing, and in that bottom up parsing, so we have done so how the reduction will happen, and we explained how to identify the handle and how the handle pruning works. Fine. The references for this presentation are taken from the textbook Alfred V. Ho, Monica S. Lam, Ravi Sethi, and Jeffrey D. Ullman. These are the authors. The textbook is a compilers, principles, techniques, and the tools. This is Pearson publication, second edition 2007. Thank you.